What's good, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. One of probably the best races we have had all season turned out to be correct. We're back at it. Post race report from your boy. But listen, guys. Let's just hop straight into it, man. Now, obviously, like I said, I couldn't go live yesterday because I had family in town. But I did manage to watch the race, like in my room. I was away from them, but it was good. It was good. And one thing I will say this. I want to talk about Mercedes right quick. I felt this was Mercedes' best chance to win a race this season so far. Um, Up until this point, they haven't really been in contention for like any podium spots. But obviously, George Russell getting pole. Um, Everything looked good. Everything seemed fine. He had a tough spot to crash. I will get to the crashes and all because there's some people, man. I'm sick. Just I'm sick. But thought George Russell did very very well. Like I said, he got pole race well. He just couldn't keep up at towards the end. Obviously, because Lando Norris and obviously Max Verstappen win the race. But this was another race. Red Bull didn't look great, but going back to Mercedes, I was happy to see George Russell get third and Lewis Hamilton get fourth. And those two, along with the McLarens, were really battling a lot towards like the end of the race as well. Especially George Russell and Lando. I think Lando got past George Russell like towards the end of the race. George just couldn't catch up. But the rain did help a lot. The rain was very, very interesting. We'll get to like the rain part as well. Like guys, there's so much I have to get to you guys and like discuss with you guys. So you guys let me know in the comments down below, man. You guys overall thoughts about the race and any ridiculous claims I say. But George Russell, like I said, raced well and big weekend for Mercedes. I did see Lewis Hamilton talk about like this was his worst weekend of his career. I was hoping Lewis would probably sneak in. I was really hoping he would, but at times we've seen this season it had just the finishing part of Lewis. But like I said, both Mercedes drivers performed well, outstanding, and for their first really good weekend since and who knows when, that was good to see. Good to see. As for Red Bull, like I said, Verstappen wasn't that great, but he still did enough to win the race. It's just Max Verstappen overcoming the car stuff like that. They mentioned that as well. But Checo Perez, who got his contract extension with Red Bull, didn't qualify well again. And then also as well, he crashes out. I think Albon hit him, and Checo Perez does not finish the race. So not very good from Checo. I don't think it was his fault, but it's just unfortunate from Checo Perez. Um, but this Red Bull are looking a bit vulnerable. If you look like the last few weeks, this is like I said, this was another chance that McLaren or possibly Mercedes could have won this race. Um, of course, seeing Lando marching up in there doing what he did, very very good to see that from McLaren. Him and Oscar Piastri, and Oscar is going to get his one. I know he came in fifth, but Oscar is going to get his win. That win is coming. It's coming. But and I will talk about like the drivers, constructors as well. I am going to get to that, but that top five, man, that was some battling up front, and the rain helped out a lot. Now, the interesting thing about the rain, which I saw while watching races, is like it seemed like nobody really knew when the rain was coming. They were pointing it out, be like, "Hey, rain 20 minutes," but you can see, man, like how much impact that rain did. Like a lot of cars were going off the track. We had some cars spinning out. Like it made the race a lot funner and a lot easier to like watch compared to what we were seeing recently. No names, but that was a Bucks the best race we had all season. Very very enjoying. And the rain, like I said, added a bit much extra to it. Plus, we saw a lot of overtakes as well. We saw a lot of good overtakes as well. So I was very happy, very very happy about that race. Aston Martin finished sixth and seventh. Fernando Alonso again top 10 finish, and Lance Stroll finished in seventh. Now, something I've noticed, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I felt like when Lance Stroll isn't on some like BS or like some like stupid crap he's on at times, he can actually finish pretty well. And like, this isn't the first time this season I felt he's like done that. Like when he's bad, it shows. But there's times he can actually finish top 10. Now I know like both Ferraris didn't finish. But I will get to Ferraris. I know Checo stuff like that. So that's that. Dane Rick got another pair of points, finishing P8. Also, he qualified very well, managed to stay inside there. So very, very good from Dane Rick. I know a lot of talk has been going on about Dane Rick, but good to see him finishing that. Alpine's finished 9th and 10th. Finally, especially with Esteban leaving. Haas finishing 11 and 12. Very good week for them. I would have loved to see him, one of them, get a top 10. Yuki, tough for Yuki. I think Yuki spun out. Wasn't great. And Sauber, man, not even much to say about Sauber. Disappointing. Very, very disappointing for Sauber. Ferraris. Very disappointed with the Ferraris, especially after the last few races they have been. Especially after the last weekend. I mean, especially after the race at Monaco. You would have loved to see them if they had a functional car competing for that potential podium spot or even greater than that for a win. Just wasn't a day for them. Obviously, Leclerc had some issues like early on in the race and couldn't finish. Carlos Sainz, he got involved in an incident. And he couldn't finish the race. Like I said, Checo. I think Checo got hit as well. So it was a tough day for Ferrari, but I think they know that as well. Like, what if? What if? But again, congrats to Verstappen. Very, very good Canadian GP performance. Like I said, very, very just overall good from the racers out there. Like I said, the rain, stuff like that. Overall, I'm posted like an 8 out of 10 our rank for the Canadian GP. Now, lastly, boys and girls, before we all disperse and you guys can actually can watch this video while I edit it, we are going to check out the driver standings. Now, obviously, Verstappen still in first. Leclerc, Lando, Carlos Sainz, and Checo. So Checo is actually 5th. I know that's not going to go too well with the management crew. His last 3 races only has 4 points. And we know how strict Red Bull can be. Now, some of that is Checo's, qualifying hasn't really helped them, but some of the instances he's been in hasn't really helped. Lando is seeming he's been on one. Very good to see about Lando. Alex also right there. George Russell again is above Lewis Hamilton, with Lewis Hamilton actually above Fernando Alonso. So who's gonna finish? Oh, and then Mercedes spot's gonna be interesting as well. Obviously, the Ferrari spot's gonna be interesting as well. Who finishes above each, Leclerc or Lando Norris? But Checo needs to. All right, man. Obviously, we're still missing 3 people who don't have points. Both Sauber cars and Logan Sargent. Now, Logan, come on, bro. Come on, bro. But we are going to see him. Now, I think I'd say he didn't finish. I mean, referring back to Checo Perez, his last 2 races, he doesn't have any points. Obviously, but the last one at Canada, he spun out. So should be a fun one coming up. You guys let me know you guys thoughts about the race. Very happy to see about, like I said, Verstappen winning and all is cool to see. Best performer from the weekend was obviously George Russell. Very, very impressive. Most disappointment was Checo Perez. That's even go by the qualifying. And my main takeaway is that Red Bull are probably still going to win the Constructors, but it's not going to be as dominant as it was last year. I'll see you guys again. Peace.